Welcome to the digital learning. Dear students, in this video, I will be beginning Unit 1 of Financial Accounting 2 of second semester BCom of Mangalore University. This Unit 1 is Accounting from Incomplete Records, or we can call it by another name, Single Entry System of Accounting. First of all, let us discuss meaning and definition. According to Kohler, the first definition I will give here, the definition given by Kohler, single entry system is a system of bookkeeping in which, as a rule, only records of cash and personal accounts are maintained. It is always an incomplete double entry varying with circumstances. So from this definition, what we can understand is it is a system of bookkeeping and wherein only two accounts are maintained, that is cash account and personal accounts. Different personal accounts are maintained. So two types of accounts are maintained in the books of account in the ledger. And it is an incomplete double entry system. It is not complete. Something is missing here. So this is the definition. So there are different types of single entry system. The first type is pure single entry system. In pure single entry system, only personal accounts of debtors and creditors are kept. We record only debtors account and creditors account. No other accounts are maintained. Second one is simple single entry system. In simple single entry system, one subsidiary book, that is cash book, and personal accounts of debtor and creditors are kept. So here, when we compare it with the first one, pure single entry system, here one more account we can find out, that is cash book. Cash book and debtors account and creditors accounts are maintained. Third one is quasi single entry system. Here few subsidiary books are maintained, like cash book, purchase book, sales book, and purchase return book are prepared here. No other in the ledger only personal accounts of debtors and creditors are maintained. So when we study these three types of single entry system, in pure single entry, debtors account and creditors account are maintained. In simple single entry, in addition to these two, subsidiary book, that is cash book, one subsidiary book is maintained. In quasi single entry, in addition to these three, some other accounts, subsidiary books are also maintained, like purchase book, sales book, and purchase return books are also maintained. Next topic is features of single entry system. The first feature of single entry system is it is usually adopted by small establishments. Big companies, large establishments cannot maintain their accounts by following the single entry system. Second feature, only personal accounts are prepared. Here we prepare most of the cases only personal accounts. And third one is it is unsystematic, unscientific. It is not a systematic method of bookkeeping. It is an unsystematic one, not scientific also. Fourth one, accounting records are kept under this system are incomplete. So accounting records are kept, but they are incomplete. Fifth one is no hard and fast rules are observed for recording the business transaction. For recording the business transaction, no hard and fast rules. No strict rules are there. The businessmen, they keep their account, they maintain their accounts according to their own way. And sixth one is it is a simple and economical system of accounting. It is simple because there are no hard and fast rules, and it is economical because no qualified accountants are required. Anybody can maintain the books of account by following this system. Next one is merits of single entry system. It is a simple system of recording business transaction. I already explained. It is less costly because we need no qualified accountants. It is suitable for only small concerns. And limitations of single entry system. First limitation is it is an incomplete system of accounting. As I already explained, it is not complete system, it is not systematic. And second limitation, it is not possible to prepare trial balance and verify the arithmetical accuracy of the books of account. Whereas all the ledger accounts are not maintained, we cannot prepare a trial balance. So arithmetical accuracy is not possible to verify. If there are any errors, we cannot find out it. Third limitation, it gives much scope for carelessness, misappropriation, and fraud. There is a chance of carelessness. Accountant, even though they are already not qualified, they may have, there is scope for their carelessness. Sometimes funds may be misappropriated. There may also be fraud. And fourth one, it is not possible to prepare trading and profit and loss account. To prepare trading and profit and loss account, we have to convert it into double entry system. Last one, it is not possible to prepare even the balance sheet also. Sixth one is valuation of goodwill of a business on purchase or sale is not possible. So when business is sold or purchased, we cannot make the valuation of the goodwill. And seventh limitation, it does not satisfy legal requirements regarding the maintenance of books of account. So this system does not satisfy the legal requirements for maintenance of the books. There are some legal requirements according to the law. There are some procedures, some rules, regulations are there which is not followed here. Difference between the single entry system and double entry system. Very simple difference I will explain here. First of all, single entry system is incomplete and unscientific, but double entry system is perfect, complete and scientific system. And the second one, it records only one single aspect, either debit or credit, but it records, double entry system records both debit and credit aspects. And third difference is it maintains only personal accounts, debtors account, creditors account, sometimes cash book is maintained, but here all accounts, personal, real, nominal accounts are maintained. They are for all these three types of accounts for recording transactions are maintained. Single entry system is used by small business concern and partnership firm, but double entry system can be used by both small and big business firms. And special skill is required. No special skill is required. There is no need of specialized knowledge to maintain the single entry system. But for double entry system, person who is responsible for bookkeeping in double entry system should possess specialized knowledge and skill. And trial balance. About the trial balance, in single entry system, trial balance cannot be prepared, but here trial balance can be prepared because debit and credit, both aspects are recorded. Preparation of final account is not possible. Trading, profit and loss account and balance sheet is not possible in single entry system, but here we can prepare trading and profit and loss account. And detection of error in the books as prepared by single entry system is very tough. But here detection of error is easy in double entry system. Last one is nature of the cost. Single entry method of bookkeeping is less costly and it is considered a simple way of recording. But here this double entry system of bookkeeping, the cost is more. It is costly and complex work is involved. So thank you for listening to the class. We'll continue the methods, the way how the accounts are prepared, different methods of preparing the accounts under the single entry system will be dealt in the next video. Thank you for listening to the class.